Hi everyone, I thought I'd do a indoor jungle tour for you today. It's a little bit gloomy outside, so I thought I'd show you my plants inside. Here is my rainbow hedgehog cactus, which I just got a few days ago. Look how amazing it is. I love it. Apparently it will flower in the summer, big pink flowers, which I can't wait to see. And then I've got a little cactus here, I think it's an echinopsis, I think that's how you pronounce it. And then Heliconia. These like really bright light, although you can have them in medium to bright light, but they will be more colourful in bright light. That's all I've got on the window at the moment. Lots of room for more plants. So look how big my Canna Lily is. It's huge. I have done a little garden tour, but I'll do a proper one soon before the summer's over. Anyway, so here we have a Calathea picturata. You can't see in the video, but the leaves are kind of almost iridescent looking. They kind of shimmer. Really pretty. He's grown a few new leaves recently. Here we have Heliconia. They really let you know when they need watering because they'll become really droopy, and then within a few hours they'll just spring back up again once you've watered them. Here's my begonia maculata whitei. Hope I pronounced that right. It's grown quite a bit since I've had it. I thought it was going to flower, but I'm not sure. We'll see. I do miss this plant every few days. Same with all my calatheas. They all get misted. I have done a separate care video on calatheas, so have a look at that. This is my Calathea Louise Maui Queen, I think. So stunning. It's huge. Let me step back. This one's also got quite a lot of new leaves recently. Such a stunning pattern on the leaves. Again, I do miss this one. Here is a Calathea medallion. He was a little bit crispy when I got him from the shop, but the new growth seems to be doing really well. Another Heliconia down here. Look how pretty it is. I put a special screensaver on for you. Here we have one of my prayer plants, my Maranta. This one has grown so much. There's another leaf coming out here. Ooh. And here is my Peperomia. I cannot remember the name of it offhand. That's been doing quite well. When I first received it, it was really battered in the post, but it seems to be recovering quite well. Thought you might appreciate the sign I painted for the living room. Quite fitting. I just remembered I left someone out. My creeping fig. Unfortunately, I always forget to water my hanging plants. But he did get a water this morning, so he's alright. I love it. I hope he grows really wild. Here's my Stromanthe or Calathea Trio Star. Hope I pronounced that right. So pretty. And underneath, if I turn it around, you'll see the leaves are purple. So in certain lights, you'll see the purple shining through the variegated white parts. You can't really see in this light. Here's my Calathea Makhijani, I think that's how you pronounce it. I only got this one a few days ago. Been looking for it for ages. Absolutely love it. I think it's one of my favourites. Look at the patterns on the leaves. And it's had a couple of new leaves pop out already. So nice. Again, I've been misting all my Calatheas throughout the summer. Here's my money tree. He's been doing really well. Loads of new leaves. I've had him for quite a few months now. I don't water it that much, and he seems to be happy that way. Be interesting to see how big it gets. Here's one of my favourite plants, my Maranta prayer plant. Lots of new leaves. They're meant to close up at night, but this one doesn't really do a lot. Some of them do, some of them don't. It's a bit strange. Tucked behind him is my Boston fern. And then I have bamboo palm. I think it's known as an areca palm as well, I think. And then up in the corner, my spider plant. Here's my birds' little sanctuary here. Here's Marv. They spend most of their time on this stand here. I'd love to get some real plants to put around it, but I'm still researching on bird-safe plants that they can kind of perch on. All the plants in my living room are bird-friendly apparently, from the research that I've done. But to be honest, they don't really tend to go near them. Here's Monster. Hello. Here's my Calathea orbifolia. The leaves are absolutely huge, over 11 inches, the biggest ones. And she's still getting new leaves. Definitely one of my favourite plants. I make sure she's well misted. I have done a care video for this plant, if you have a look on my channel. absolutely stunning. Look how big she is. Definitely a statement plant. Over here I've just got an orchid and a dracaena and another calathea. This one always seems to be a little bit crispy. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's not grouped with the other calatheas. But it does have stunning orange flowers in the summer. It's already finished flowering, so I can't show you them, but it's really pretty. This one's called Calathea crocata, I believe. So next, over here we have my Pelia, which looks quite sad, but this is how it arrived in the post. And I haven't really had much growth out of it yet, only a couple of leaves in the middle there. I'm sure it'll spring back to life, hopefully. Another Photonia, also known as a nerve plant. Really stunning colours on this one. And then here, just got a yucca in the corner. And then down here, I've got a Heliconia, a variegated Heliconia that I've been growing for a few months from rhizome. Look at the leaves. The biggest leaf, unfortunately, it had some kind of red speckling all over it, and then it started to wilt, and I'm not quite sure what it was, so I just cut it off. But the new leaf's coming through. And that will have, I think, red flowers next summer, hopefully, if I can keep it alive during the winter. Again, these like high humidity, so I'll have to be misting it and keeping it warm. Here's my calathea that I've had for about 10 or 11 years. It's a type of velvet calathea, but I'm not quite sure which kind, because it doesn't have purple under the leaves, it's just green. So I'm not quite sure what kind of calathea it is. If you know, just leave a comment below. It would be nice to know what it is. And that's about it for the living room tour. Really hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to go on to the kitchen next. What do you think of my Monstera dishes? I feel like this wall's a bit bare. I need some plants. Here we are in the kitchen. Here I've got my string of hearts. I've got a bigger one upstairs. I've got my poinsettia, which I've had since last November, and it was flowering for about eight or 9 months. So it's not long lost its red leaves. Here's my Heliconia Hawaii, which is still flowering and still growing lots of new shoots. I've got an orchid, my watermelon Peperomia. Sorry, the lighting's a bit dark in here. Here's my Croton, which is now huge. It was less than half the size when I first got it. It's got really bright leaves at the bottom. One of my favourite houseplants, I think. And here is my Opuntia, I think that's how you pronounce it. Bunny's ears cactus. My oxalis, which is flowering. Hidden in the corner there is my Ficus Twilight, which I've probably had that for about a year, I think. My Alocasia Polly, which is just getting bigger and bigger every week. Might have to find a new place for him soon. I named him Creepy. One of my favourite plants as well. Just think they're so unusual. I did a care video on this plant, so have a look on my channel for that. And then another orchid. Waiting for my orchids to rebloom. And that's about it for my kitchen. Again, sorry about the lighting, it is a bit dark in here. Zoom out. That's better. It's artificial ivy that I have up there at the moment, but I do plan on replacing it with something trailing. I'm not sure what yet though. Here in the downstairs restroom is my lonely aloe that I've had for about 11 years. It's quite pot bound, but it seems to be quite happy, but I think I will repot him maybe next spring. Sometimes I cut off the tips because they're really spiky. I've caught myself on them a few times. So yeah, that's all I've got down here for now. As you can see, it's quite low light in here and he still seems to be quite happy. Thanks for watching my indoor jungle tour. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be posting some more care videos soon, and I would also like to do an upstairs tour as well, because I've got quite a lot of plants in the bathroom and in my home studio and in the bedroom. So keep an eye out for those, and I'll see you all soon.